Are you prepared for it? Then let it happen.
Rise up though, rise up though. All my people, where you at? Rise up though.
Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, raise up, that's right, run with it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, cause we warriors. Yeah, cause we warriors. Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah.
Oh man, what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Oh man, what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Oh man, what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Oh man, what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Oh man, what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. We have a representative democracy. And if you didn't know what that means, I did a simple Google search, and this is on the United States Citizenship website, and they explain it super simply, and I'm just gonna go ahead and read it for you guys. I'll also put it on the screen and put a link in the bio or my description so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It says, democracy in the United States, irrelevant. Here, citizens vote for their government officials. These officials represent the citizens' ideas and concerns in government. Voting is one way to participate in our democracy. So for those of you who, if that didn't spell it out for you, we elect representatives to represent us in our government. So with that being said, I cannot stress how important it is to vote. You know, and it's not just our federal officials that we have to vote for. We have to vote for our state and our local officials as well. That means your mayors, your governors, your state representatives, and your senators, your district attorneys, all the way up to federal government powers, like the presidential campaign we had 4 years ago. The majority of the people voted for one candidate, but the Electoral College selected a different candidate. And that is why it's important to vote for everybody that you possibly can. I cannot stress this enough. If you are 18 years or older and you are a citizen of the United States, please make sure you are registered to vote and you're voting in your local elections, because those representatives matter as well. I know a lot of people like to say that your vote doesn't matter, but I cannot stress enough that it does. I know I keep saying that, but they wouldn't spend so much time trying to disenfranchise our vote otherwise if it wasn't important. Do not let people convince you that your vote doesn't matter, because it does. So make sure you're getting educated. And with that being said, I also included a link in the description on how to look up your local and state representatives and the federal officials that represent you. So make sure you click that link and you're getting informed on the people that you are hopefully going to get out and vote for, you know, in this upcoming election. I know one just passed on June 2nd, and there's more coming up. So make sure you guys are getting out to vote. We cannot stop at marching. We cannot stop at protesting. We cannot stop voicing our opinion and questioning the current status quo, because that is the only way we are going to get the change that we need. There needs to be some reformation that happens, and that's only going to happen if we all as a community educate ourselves and point out these issues that are at hand and talk about it and try to help your friends understand, because we all know what happened with George Floyd was wrong, and it's unfortunate. It really is. There has to be laws in place to stop this. And I don't know everything about what's going on, but I know that I'm trying to take my very best initiative to educate myself and help you guys educate yourself, because this needs to be an ongoing conversation. There's something that I saw on Instagram. I don't know who made this. So if you guys know who made this, tag them in the comments and I will tag them and give them credit for that. But it's 40 ways you can help right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read off that list. There's organizations that you can donate to: the George Floyd Memorial Fund, the Minnesota Freedom Fund, Reclaim the Block, National Bailout, Black Lives Matter, Bail Project, Black Visions Collective, Campaign Zero, National Bail Fund Network, The Innocent Project, Run with Maun, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that, Justice for Breonna, Brooklyn Community Bail Fund, Black Lives Matter of Greater New York City, Liberty Fund, NCLU, NYC. I think that was New York City specific. Here's some organizations that you can follow. Black Lives Matter, Color of Change, NAACP, Showing Up for Racial Justice, Civil Rights Org, Reclaim the Block, Ethel's Club, United We Dream. Here's some numbers to call and text. Call DA Mike Freeman in Minnesota at 612-348-550 and demand prosecution to Derek Chauvin and Tautoa. I don't know if I said that right. Text Floyd to 55156. Text Justice to 668-336. Text Enough to 55165. And leave a message for Louisville Mayor and demand justice for Breonna Taylor at 502-574-2003. Petitions to sign Justice for George Floyd at change.org. Colors for Change, hashtag Justice for Floyd. Justice for Breonna Taylor, change.com. Justice for Ahmaud Arbery, change.org. Oh, did I say change.com? One of those, I meant change.org. Questions to ask yourself. Now, the importance to ask yourself these questions is to keep the conversation going. We have to consistently keep the conversation going. Okay? Here's some questions to ask yourself. What can you do to support people of color in your community? What are your local politicians' policy ending police brutality? When were you taught about race and culture? How do you plan on helping the fight to end racial discrimination and systematic oppression? How can you use anti-racist knowledge to change and progress conversations with friends, family, colleagues, and peers? How can you be actively anti-racist instead of simply not racist? And what do you want to learn more about? Now here's things you can do right now, some action items. Number 1, register to vote. I touched base on that, when I first started speaking, but I can't stress it enough. Please register to vote. Your vote matters. Check in on your Black friends, family, partners, and colleagues. We live in a crazy time. I never thought in my life that we would be going through something like this in 2020, but we are. And a lot of your Black friends are not feeling too sharp right now, so give them a call. Make sure they're doing okay. A lot of people are out there protesting. A lot of them have gotten injured. So just give them a call, Educate yourself and read up on what it means to be anti-racist. Screenshot, share, and repost resources to educate those around you. Don't center the narrative around you. Identify, privilege, and condemn it. Stop supporting organizations that promote hate. Be an ally and advocate after the outrage ends. Because even if the protest ends, the riots end, there still needs to be progression that needs to be had. We have the power to do it all, but the conversation needs to continuously be had. And continue to donate to fund and support initiatives you care about if you have the means. The beginning of this video was just my experience when I went out to protest peacefully. I'm going to show a video right now about a young man, and I recorded this video myself when I was in the protest in downtown, or not downtown, near the Grove. And there was people inciting violence, throwing water bottles at the demonstration, and there was a young man. I wish I got his name and information. I'm glad that I got this footage because I can show you guys how peaceful the majority of these protesters are. Do not let the media push a narrative. There's mostly peaceful protesters, and this young man says it all. We're all trying to be on the same team. And if this doesn't show you that, then I don't know what to tell you. Just like people are trying to say that we shouldn't discredit all the police organization, the whole police department. Although we all know that police brutality is ridiculous, we all know that.
What happened?
These officers
pull their batons out and are hitting women, peaceful protesters. Hear me say this. Kendrick Sampson was standing between two cars with women on his left-hand side and people on this side, and the officers came up to them and they told him to move back, and they said, we're peacefully protesting, and they pulled their batons out and started hitting the women. Kendrick's face is bleeding. He got shoved over and then kicked by one of the officers. I wish my phone was dead. I would show you the video. This was completely peaceful, and the officers started hitting people.
But all lives don't matter until Black lives also matter. So I'm going to let this young man close out the video because it was incredibly moving to me, and I hope it's as moving to you guys. You know, it's time for a change.
Stop throwing shit. We trying to save everybody that looks like your dumb ass. Stop throwing the fucking water bottles. This is bigger than that. Y'all being fucking ridiculous. Throwing shit ain't gonna solve shit. Okay? Y'all being here gonna solve shit. Don't fucking matter with those goddamn water bottles. Calm down and use your fucking voices. This is a peaceful protest. This is the only fucking thing they feel. You want them to be like, look at these thugs throwing water? Let's fucking shoot